Good evening.
Get the camera.
Yeah.
That's it right there. Call to order.
Welcome to our September 23rd, 2024 regular meeting of the Village of Western Springs Village Board of Trustees. To honor our nation's heroes and especially to honor the individuals who serve and protect our community, please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk Timick, may we have the roll call, please?
Yes, President Rudolph. Trustee Avakian.
Here.
Trustee Chen.
Here.
Trustee Fink.
Here.
Trustee Lewis.
Here.
Trustee Naraki.
Here.
Trustee Terrell.
Here.
All present.
Thank you very much. After reading of the agenda, did any trustee have any additions or deletions? Okay, if not, we are going to move on to what I think many of you are here for. And that would be the swearing in of our Director of Fire and Emergency Medical Services, Brian Scott.
You could raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Brian Scott,
having been appointed to the position
having been appointed to the position
of Director of Fire and Emergency Medical Services
Director of Fire and Emergency Medical Services
in the Village of Western Springs,
in the Village of Western Springs,
in the County of Cook,
in the County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the municipal code of the Village of Western Springs,
and the municipal code of the Village of Western Springs.
and that I will faithfully discharge
I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the position of
the duties of position of
Director of Fire and Emergency Medical Services
Director of Fire and Emergency Medical Services
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Is it on now?
Yes.
Manager Bear, President Rudolph, members of the board, first, my thanks to you for your support of this appointment. It's a distinct honor to, one, be a member of the Western Springs Fire Department, and certainly to be its chief. And the folks you see before you are some of the most dedicated, talented, brave, and committed people I've worked with in over 30 years in the fire service. Because of my time on the job, plus I have the advantage of teaching across the country, I see a lot of different fire departments, and I've told the folks here many, many times, this is a very, very special place, have I not? And it really, really is, because all the members of the department are so committed and dedicated to the community, which I should mention is certainly reciprocated in kind, both through the community at large and, of course, through this board, and we very much appreciate it. You are a big part of why this organization is such a big success. Speaking of commitment, you also have my commitment to continue the great work of one fantastic fire chief, and that's Mike Kelly. I'm not sure, where's Mike at? Mike is one of the, oh yes. Talk about standing on third base. Mike has certainly left the organization in a great position. He was fantastic to work for. I have big shoes to fill, there's no doubt about that. I also want to thank all my brothers from Hinsdale that came out. This means a great deal to me that you guys made the effort to come out. And each of you in your own special way have been really instrumental in my career. And I want you to know that, and thank you very much for being here today. And of course, I want to thank my family. If I could take a moment, I'd like to introduce my family to everybody.
Please do.
Okay. So this is my lovely wife of 30 years, Amy. Our three great kids, my son Keenan, my daughter Allison, my son Ethan, and this is my in-laws, Dave and Marianne O'Callahan. So thank you for being here and all your support. Again, thank you very much. It's an honor.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Small break.
Well, you know, as we always say, everyone is of course welcome to stay, or we can take a pause and You don't have to stay. It's up to you.
It would be a very boring meeting. It would be a very boring meeting. It's still a lot, they just come and throw us.
Well, they have Monday night training.
Oh, right.
You're staying and he's glued to the seat.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I always love
It's really dedicated.
Just like literally 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's so nice. Hi, Paula. Hi, Joe. How are you? But I love when the fancy stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
That's great.
I was in Area 1, that was 30 years. Probably fell here if you were ready. Two stints that fell here.
Hi, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, beautiful family.
I know, everyone's so cute.
Totally.
Congratulations.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Thank
Have a great
you.
night.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
I'm getting sick of these promotions, so this is
Okay.
That's
All
cute.
right. It's always nice to have these recognitions. So, all right. But moving on to our agenda, we will go now to citizen comments. Any citizens who would like to comment? No.
I do have two citizen comments that I wanted to read into the
Okay.
record if possible.
Okay.
We do have an item on for separate action at the end of the agenda this evening. It's regarding the Burlington Avenue Water Main project that's currently going on in our central business district. And I did receive some feedback from two of the business owners who we do have a lot of contact with, but in general, who also have a lot of contact with their peers in the central business district. And I felt like the comments that they conveyed were certainly of value and wanted to get those in the record tonight. The first is from Katie McMillan. She owns Clever Girl in the downtown, and she sent this to me and asked if I would read this brief letter at tonight's meeting. It says, "Dear Ellen, I was happy to see the motion on the agenda for tonight's board meeting pertaining to amending the construction work hours. As a merchant in the 900 block of Burlington, I hope the board will pass this without hesitation. The Burlington businesses are and will be deeply impacted by the construction, and while we understand that it is absolutely necessary to improve the infrastructure, anything that can be done to speed the timeline is much appreciated. I would also like to thank you and the village staff for being so accessible during the process and working with the business community of Western Springs. I appreciate your responsiveness and efforts very much. Sincerely, Katie McMillan." The second is an email from Linda Johnson, who owns the Village True Value Hardware. Her comment is that she is very fine with starting earlier. If Saturdays are going to be a workday, I would still like to have the temporary sidewalk opening available if it is safe. We have our 70th anniversary celebration this November 1st through 3rd, so I would love for the project to be completed by the middle of October. The sooner the 800 block is complete, the sooner they can move to the 900 block and try to be complete before Thanksgiving. Thanks, Linda Johnson. That's all I have.
Great. Yeah. Thank you, and thanks for reading those in. Okay, we will move on then to the omnibus vote. The Illinois state statutes allow a municipality to collectively vote on a group of ordinances, resolutions, and other motions such as awards of contract, appointments, etc. This is known as an omnibus vote. All of the items contained on the omnibus vote list have been previously discussed by the president and board of trustees on at least one occasion and often on several occasions. By placing them on the omnibus vote list, a single vote may be taken to approve them. A trustee may remove any item from the list and have it discussed and voted on separately prior to the omnibus vote. Is there any such request this evening to remove an item? Okay, hearing none. Trustee Terrell?
Thank you. President Rudolph, I'd move that the following ordinances, resolutions, and motions as contained on the meeting agenda for September 23rd, 2024 be adopted and/or approved under an omnibus vote. Agenda item number 1, approval of the meeting minutes of September 9th, 2024 as read. Agenda item number 2, ordinance number 24-3213, an ordinance amending Title 7, it's Motor Vehicles and Traffic, Chapter 5, Administrative Adjudication of Vehicle Regulation Violations, Section 7-5-10, Schedule of Fines and Penalties of Western Springs Municipal Code relative to the use of electronic communication devices while driving, and the fine applicable for the failure to use seat belts, to align with the Village Code regulations with the regulations of the Illinois State Motor Vehicle Code. Agenda item number 3, ordinance number 24-3214, an ordinance amending Chapter 6, Fire Code of Title 9, Building Regulations of the Western Springs Municipal Code to adopt amendments to the regulations of the International Fire Code 2018 edition regarding the implementation of third-party fire reporting services. Agenda item number 4, ordinance number 24-3215, an ordinance amending Title 4, Liquor Control, Chapter 1, Alcoholic Liquor, Section 4-1-10A, paren 4, limitation on number of licenses, of the Western Springs Village Code relative to the number of Class D limited service restaurant license, beer and wine only, no patron or service bar. Liquor licenses which can be issued in the Village of Western Springs, Cook County, Illinois. Paren, termination of Class D liquor license issued to Roundy's Supermarkets Incorporated, doing business as Mariano's, number 8529, and creation and authorization for issuance of a new Class D liquor license to 1918 Winter Street, Illinois, LLC, doing business as Mariano's, 8529, for the Garden Market Shopping Center at the southwest corner of 47th Street and Willow Springs Road, Gilbert Avenue. Agenda item number 5, ordinance number 24-3216, an ordinance amending Title 4, Liquor Control, Chapter 1, Alcoholic Liquor, Section 4-1-10A, paren 5, limitation on number of licenses of the Western Springs Village Code relative to the number of Class E supermarket liquor licenses which can be issued in the Village of Western Springs, Cook County, Illinois, paren, termination of Class E liquor license issued to Roundy's Supermarkets Incorporated, doing business as Mariano's, 8529, and creation and authorization for issuance of a new Class E liquor license to 1918 Winter Street, Illinois, LLC, doing business as Mariano's, number 8529, for the Garden Market Shopping Center at the southwest corner of 47th Street and Willow Springs Road, Gilbert Avenue, and paren. Agenda item number 6, ordinance number 24-3217, an ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of Amendment 1 to an engineering services agreement with Baxter and Woodman Incorporated for additional design engineering services for the Burlington Avenue, that's Central Avenue to Wolf Road, streetscape and water main improvements projects, and authorizing certain expenditures from the Downtown South Tax Increment Financing, that's TIF, district to pay for the additional services not to exceed total engineer's project fee of $114,000. Agenda item number 7, resolution number 24-2830, a resolution authorizing and approving the execution of an agreement entered into between the Village of Western Springs and Sikich LLP for auditing services for the fiscal year 2024, with renewal options for fiscal year 2025, 2026, 2027, and 2028. Agenda item number 8, resolution number 242831, a resolution determining to levy an additional library tax for construction, maintenance, repairs, and alterations of library buildings and equipment for the fiscal year commencing January 1st, 2025, and ending December 31st, 2025. Agenda item number 9, resolution number 242832, a resolution approving the waiver of the competitive bidding process in lieu of solicitation of competitive proposals and authorizing the approval and execution of a vendor contract for goods and services to be entered into with Tyler Technologies of Plano, Texas, for the purchase of the Tyler Munis timekeeping module. Total one-time 2024 cost, $28,600 with an annual licensing fee of $2,500. Agenda item number 10, resolution number 24-2833, resolution authorizing the approval and execution of a public agency engineering services agreement, IDOT Form BLR 05530, between the Village of Western Springs and V3 Companies Limited for the performance of Phase 3 construction engineering services by V3 Companies Limited and its subconsultant Intera Incorporated for the Burlington Avenue Resurfacing Improvement Project, Burlington Avenue from Central Avenue to Wolf Road, and approving the expenditure of downtown South Tax Increment Financing, that's TIF, district funds to pay for the services. Agenda item number 11, resolution number 24-2834, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of Amendment 1 to professional services agreement between the Village of Western Springs and Baxter and Woodman Incorporated for the performance of additional Phase 2 design engineering services to respond to additional design requirements required by the Illinois Department of Transportation, that's IDOT, related to the Burlington Avenue, Wolf Road to Central Avenue resurfacing project, additional project services fee, $10,000, amended total not to exceed project services fee, $66,475. Agenda item number 12, resolution number 24-2835, a resolution authorizing the approval and execution of a vendor contract for goods, supplies, and services to be entered into with lowest cost qualified and responsive bidder, Air Tech Heating and Air Conditioning Corporation, for the performance of Recreation Center RTU replacement. Contract price $67,058.20. Agenda item number 13, resolution number 242836, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a service agreement for third-party fire system reporting services with Inspection Reports Online, IROL, Incorporated, of Sewanee, Georgia. Agenda item number 14, resolution number 24-2837, a resolution approving the waiver of the competitive bid process and authorizing the approval and execution of a contract with Ultrafer Cat of Addison, Illinois, for the purchase of one new Caterpillar Model 430 backhoe loader and authorizing the expenditure of village funds in the amount of $148,720 to pay for the purchase of the backhoe loader. Agenda item number 15, resolution number 24-2838, resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a professional services agreement between the Village of Western Springs and Christopher B. Burke Engineering Limited for Phase 2 design and Phase 3 construction engineering services relating to the 2025 Motor Fuel Tax MFT Asphalt Roadway Project Resurfacing Project, 45th Street between Gilbert Avenue and Wolf Road, not to exceed engineer's project fee, $84,850. Agenda item number 16, resolution number 24-2839, a resolution authorizing the approval and execution of the local public agency joint funding agreement for federally funded construction, federal participation, IDOT Surface Transportation Program, IDOT Form BLR 05310C, to be entered into between the Village of Western Springs and the Illinois Department of Transportation for the Burlington Avenue Resurfacing Improvements Project, Burlington Avenue from Central Avenue to Wolf Road, and authorizing certain expenditures from the Downtown South Tax Increment Financing, TIF, district funds to pay for the village matching funds contribution of the village contribution of $141,400 for the project. Agenda item number 17, resolution number 24-2840, resolution approving and authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement between the Village of Western Springs and the City of Countryside regarding shared use of certain city-owned parks, facilities, events, and village programs and events. Agenda item number 18, resolution number 24-2841, a resolution authorizing the approval and execution of a contract for goods, supplies, and services to be entered into with the lowest cost qualified and responsive bidder, Futurity 19 of Hinsdale, Illinois, for painting services at the water treatment plant and train platform. Contract price $27,652.30.
Everybody has been busy. Thank you. That was a lot of reading. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion about any of the topics? All right, if not, Timick, may we have roll call vote?
Yes, President Rudolph. Trustee Avakian.
Aye.
Trustee Chen.
Aye.
Trustee Fink.
Aye.
Trustee Lewis.
Aye.
Trustee Naraki.
Aye.
Trustee Tyrrell.
Aye.
President Rudolph.
Aye.
The ordinances, resolutions, and motions contained in the agenda of September 23rd, 2024 are hereby adopted or approved.
Thank you very much. And for the new business, sorry, who is motioning that up?
I would think it would come through trustee Fink's committee.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Trustee Fink, there's some new business here regarding the work hours, the construction hours.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the normal hours of construction for the Burlington Avenue Water Main and Streetscape Improvement Project for heavy equipment and other tools pursuant to subsection 5-2-3, I think that's E with my bad eyes.
Yes.
Limitations on construction noise, work benefiting public accepted of the Western Springs Village Code to allow construction activities for the project to commence at 7 a.m. on Mondays through Saturdays, and to grant the village manager the discretion to allow for project construction activities to be performed after the evening hours on Monday through Friday as listed in subsection 5-2-3A and 5-2-3B in business, and to accelerate the completion of the project.
I will second.
Okay, any discussion of this, or Director Koza, anything that you want to just add to this since this is new business? I do appreciate that we had the comments read into the record, but if you could just give us a little bit more on it, please.
Yes, this is originally a request we got from the contractor at the pre-construction meeting. Our code, though, requires board approval, so this is the earliest we can get it to you. But essentially, they asked to be allowed to start a half hour earlier at 7 a.m., just to get more efficiencies during the day. Typically, we don't waive this clause, but given the location of the project and the urgency as far as time goes, there aren't a whole lot of residential homes directly in the project area. We felt at a staff level it was okay to process that request. Even though there's only a half an hour, it's a half hour that could be out there working that they ordinarily wouldn't. So that's kind of our rationale for suggesting this.
Great, thank you. Does anybody have any questions about it?
How late can they work on that?
Our working hours allow, I believe, 8 p.m.
Okay.
During Monday through Friday, but they've typically been stopping around 4 or 5. Typically, that's normally that's when they would stop.
The rain will hold off and they can finish it. I think somebody said they wanted to have it done by does mid-October sound reasonable?
For the first phase, we're hoping to hit that. And then the overall project completion, we're still targeting November 22nd.
Thank you.
Okay, if no further discussion or questions, we'll take then the motion and the second. And Clerk Simic, may we have a roll call vote on this, please?
Yes, President Rudolph. Trustee Avakian.
Aye.
Trustee Chen.
Aye.
Trustee Fink.
Did somebody, I'm sorry, I interrupted. Did
Oh, I'm
somebody
sorry.
second this?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't hear it. Yeah, I didn't hear it.
Okay, yes.
Okay, we'll
Trustee Avakian seconded.
Yep, we'll just start over to be sure. Trustee Avakian.
Aye.
Trustee Chen.
Aye.
Trustee Fink.
Aye.
Trustee Lewis.
Aye.
Trustee Naraki.
Aye.
Trustee Tiro.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And also, I will aye on that. We need that. All right, very good. Thank you very much, and thank you for that and bringing this up with the urgency. I can appreciate the business's interest in this. So
Thank you.
it seems like a good
Well,
approach.
and the residents, I think everyone wants this done as fastly as it can be, so
Yeah.
it's good for everybody.
Yep, agreed.
Thank you.
Okay, for reports, I do not have a report tonight, so I will move to Village Manager Bear.
No report tonight.
Okay, Village Attorney sitting in.
No report, thank you.
All right, then we are going to recess to closed meeting. Do we have a motion on that?
Yes, I would have that motion to adjourn the regular meeting and recess to the closed meeting for the purposes of, 1, discussing the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body as outlined in Illinois, in Chapter 5, Illinois Compiled Statute 120/2, paren C, paren 1.
Okay, very good. Do we need a second on that?
Yep.
Second?
Okay, then do we need roll call?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Roll call vote.
Okay.
Trustee Avakian.
Aye.
Trustee Chen.
Aye.
Trustee Fink.
Aye.
Trustee Lewis.
Aye.
Trustee Naraki.
Aye.
Trustee Tiro.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, very good. We are adjourned then, or we are recessing to closed meeting, closed session. Thank you. Thank you.